ReginaldESQ! Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ! I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Chinese Tier 3 light tank, the Type 2597 Chi-Ha. So, is it any good? Yeah, it's a good tank. And in fact, if you want to know how good it is, you can watch my review of the Japanese Tier 3 medium tank, the Type 97 Chi-Ha, because it's exactly the same. As far as I can tell, it's exactly the same tank in every respect. Except that the Japanese one is designated as a medium tank and the Chinese one is designated as a light tank. And the Chinese one was in the game before the Japanese one in World of Tanks. Now, I know what you're saying. Aha! The Japanese one's a medium tank and the Chinese one is a light tank. So the light tank will have better camouflage, right? No. The camouflage ratings are exactly the same. The Chinese Tier 3 light tank does not hold its camouflage whilst moving, and it reduces its camouflage whilst moving, as does the Japanese medium version. So yeah, I can't find any difference. Same hit points, same track traverse, turret traverse, same view range, same signal range, hit points, same camouflage ratings. Same gun depression, everything I can see is exactly the same. So if you want to know how this tank works, you can watch my review. What I am going to do though is I reviewed the Japanese version before I had Tank Inspector. So I'm going to have a quick look in Tank Inspector, and in case you're hungry just to watch a game, I have got a pretty good game in this tank for you to watch, and then that'll be it. Alright, thank you. Tank Inspector, Chi-Ha, you know the drill. Here we go, colorized view. And we can see that the lower plate is 25mm of armor, as is the main plate here covering the driver, etc. As is the front of the turret, all 25, and the cupola, all 25. Then we have the mantlet, where we have a section of what is 35mm here. And then the pink section here is 30mm, right close to the gun there. We have a section here, the upper plate here, which is 20mm, and then this plate here reduces to 10, although it is extremely sloped, so it could be close to sort of ricochet really, although guns will overmatch it, it's only 10mm. On the side here we have a band which is 20mm, the bulk of the hull is 25mm, as is the side of the turret. Side of the mantlet there is 35mm. I didn't mention the very top of the cupola is only 10mm, and the rear of the tank is 20mm. The top deck is 10mm, as is the top of the turret. So artillery fire will just make this tank explode. Actually, HE from any direction will make the tank explode. So terrible armor, as was the review of the other Chi-Ha. Now I'm just going to go straight. This is the Type 2597 Chi-Ha. Okay, Chinese. We'll go straight to the Japanese tank. And just so that you know, I wasn't making up about them being exactly the same. There's the Japanese version. Armor is exactly the same. It's exactly the same tank. Okay.
Time to roll out.
Map is Prokhorovka. Tier 4 game. I'm in my Tier 3 Chinese light tank, the Type 2597 Chi-Ha. And as you can see, it's a pretty big tank for a light tank. And I did hear somewhere that Wargaming, or I did read actually, Wargaming said the Japanese never really had any true heavy tanks. So they're struggling to find anything to make a heavy tank branch. So I think that might be why in the Japanese branch they've designated this as a medium tank, because I think they had plenty of sort of lightish tanks. And so they just called this a medium when it came to the Japanese branch, even though armor-wise it's not really a medium, which is why I think when they first had it in the Chinese branch they obviously called it a light tank. But it is a big light tank. In fact, the Japanese medium tanks are huge for medium tanks even, so So going up the hill, it's, like I say, it's a Tier 4 game, about more than half the tanks are Tier 4, so it's a good chance to see how the gun performs, Tier 3 gun performs against Tier 4 tanks. Now they've gone straight, crowding around the cap, We have got someone in the cap as well, so the cap's not increasing. Now I've got a good team because a lot of us have gone to the hill, which is a really good move, especially in this game. So in this thing, look at all the tanks! Look at them all! They're all crowded into one spot. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. If my gun was more accurate. Oh! Now he pulled right in front of my shot. Now normally when that happens, I apologise, but there are so many tanks to shoot at, I haven't got time to apologise. I've just got to keep shooting. If I can finally hit some of them. Oh, there we go. You know what? There's so many tanks here that even when your shot misses, you're probably just hitting something that hasn't been spotted yet. Oh, he nearly got shot again, that guy. Tip for new players, be really careful when you're driving in front of someone's gun that's fully aimed and they're firing. Usually what you do is you wait for them to fire and then you quickly drive across in front. Otherwise, you've got a good chance of getting shot, and if it's a tank with a big gun, you can end your game. So just, yeah, be careful there. Oh, I'm good at missing. As you can see, fantastic rate of fire on this gun. It has pretty good penetration too. Oh, that tank is moving. Penetration of 81, I think it is, and average damage of about 70. So yeah, very good gun. It is the top gun on the tank.
Critical hit.
Not getting many kills here. Everyone else seems to be killing them, but getting a few hits. Another tip for new players: if all the tanks around you are dying, then it's not a good spot to be in. So try and, yeah, you can see there's dead tanks everywhere. If you're going to an area where there's dead tanks everywhere, you probably want to relocate.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
If you can. Sometimes, okay, you get stuck and there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to try and fight from where you are. So we're having trouble penetrating Matilda. It's very good armor, the Matilda, all round, really.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
So I could probably
Enemy is hit.
have switched to premium ammo, but I don't have any. I think I forgot to even load premium ammo into this tank. I just wanted to get through it as quickly as possible because I've already driven the tank as in the Japanese version, and I just wanted to get to tier 4 as quickly as possible because there's a competition at the moment, and I've got to get a minimum tier 4 Chinese tank so I can build up my experience in Chinese tanks and win a KV-220. Okay, so we've got the Valentine there. I didn't realise it was a Valentine when I first started firing at it. The hull on the Valentine is very tough, and I didn't realise it was Valentine. I was just firing at the hull rather than at the turret and wasting my time. And then I realised what it was and started to change my aim to the turret, and we started to get some penetrations.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Bit of a nice shot there. I was going to say lucky shot, but I did aim for it, so I guess it's just a good shot. So look at all those tanks we hit, and we did all of that without moving. That's incredible. That's a dream match where everyone just drives in front of your gun. So everyone's capping on our team now, but they've only got one tank left, and we've got heaps. I cannot see any point in capping at this stage. We cannot lose. One PZ-38-2 is not going to take us all out. There's over 10 minutes remaining in the game. There is no point in capping. Waste of time. And so I find this guy. Now let's get rid of him. Let's get some shots in. Oh, terrible accuracy on that one. My crew is only about 97-98%, so you've got to excuse it a little bit. I'm prepared to take some hits from this guy, but he actually bounced off us anyway.
Penetration.
He is only, I think, a tier 3 tank. He's not drowning himself, is he really? I hope that was an accident, because I really don't like people who drown themselves. Anyway, it didn't work. Okay, so that was our Class 1 Mastery Badge, and we also got Confederate. I did say there that I hate people who drown themselves. I don't hate people who drown themselves. It's a bit strong. I don't like it when they do it. And I don't think it's nice, because if someone's about to get a Top Gun or do something, I don't see the point in denying them the shot. And plus, I think you just fight to the end. You know, if you've got a chance to get one more shot in, you try and get the shot in rather than drown yourself, or ram them if you've got no bullets left. Anyway, it was a pretty good game, and we did pretty well. What did we get? Ended up with 5 kills, and we hit a lot of tanks from ground. Well, that's why we got Confederate. 5 kills plus Confederates, not bad. That means we damaged 6 and we killed 5, something like that. Alright, next screen. We finished second for experience. Matilda got the better of us on experience. However, we did the most for damage. So I'd say that Matilda was probably in that cap circle and was spotting everything, I dare say, because he's got less damage than myself and the Marder 2, but he's well on top for experience. So I'd say he was spotting everything that we were shooting. So well done to him, because it made it easy for us. And we fired 50 shots, of which 23 hit. I think we can put some of that inaccurate fire down to the fact that our crew was only about 76%. However, the gun isn't, you wouldn't call it a really accurate gun either. Of the 23 shots that hit, 17 penetrated, which, considering we have, I think it's 81 penetration, which is pretty good penetration even at tier 4. That was little bit disappointing, but I think most of those bounces, actually now I think of it, were off the Matilda, which is fair enough because that is a very well armoured tank. 956 damage is good. We took 1 hit, which penetrated us right at the end there, and our armour's terrible. We did about, what was it? 80 damage to one of our own tanks. So we always do a high damage roll when you hit your own tank. Enemy vehicles damaged 11, destroyed 5, 50 spotting damage. We got a bit of coin for some sort of a promotion, but yeah, very profitable game. So raw experience was 720, and that was a class 1, so probably about 850, something like that, would get you a mastery badge in this tank. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching my review of the Japanese medium. Oh, wait on there. It's a Chinese light tank, the Type 2597 Chiha. If you like the review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Have fun.